before we get to the regular DS games, a couple odds and ends, I guess, that you could get. One cool thing was you have the Guitar Hero, one of the Guitar Hero games for the DS, and then you get special cases like the Pokemon XY. What was cool about this too was it had special styluses, and then one of the cooler things. Part of me wishes I'd never opened this before, but it helped me to find my World of Warcraft authenticator. But that is the Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword stylus. This came as a pre-order bonus for pre-ordering the Ninja Gaiden game on the Dragon Sword on DS, and it's a katana, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, it's gotten some nicks on it and everything. You can ever find that still in the packaging. Pretty decent money on that. Alright, so starting strong. My second copy of the demo. I thought this was the Metroid Prime Hunters, the real thing, but it is, again, First Hunt, which is the demo. This is a emulated kind of thing where you can download the games to a even smaller little card right there. And then you put them on that cartridge and you can play DS games on this, and not just the DS games, you can download other things on there too. But that came with the 3DS that I found at that yard sale last year. Alright, so loose games. We have Cooking Mama 3, Shop and Chop, Nintendogs, Dalmatian and Friends, Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Alma, and Yoshi's Island DS. These are some games, well, definitely the last two are some that I would like to get the case for. Not a huge fan of loose DS games. Alright, so next we're going to move on to some of the decent games, or some I don't even know why are in my collection. We have 2K Sports, Major League Baseball 2K10. Again, B-17, Fortress in the Sky. We have Battle of the Dinosaurs, or Battle of the Giants Dinosaurs. There's a game that originally came out on PSP, I believe, Death Jr., but this is the Science Fair of Doom. Yes, Digimon World Championship, Drawn to Life. There's the sequel, Drawn to Life, the next chapter. This one is an interesting game. Field of Magic XXXY. It's a series of these crazy mini games. All it's about is this guy trying to meet this girl, and really is a lot of fun. It's hilarious too. Now this is possibly this is my only DSi game, but I throw it in here. Photo Showdown. Use the DSi camera. Now these I really don't know why I have in the collection. Hello Kitty Daily and Hello Kitty Party. Hot Wheels Track Attack. This is my only sealed, or one of my only sealed. I think it's my only sealed game. The DS. We have Ivy the Kiwi. It's a little bit more of an uncommon platformer game on the system, I guess. The Wii one's even more uncommon. Korg DS10 synthesizer. This was an interesting one where it's like you're actually creating your own music. Lego Indiana Jones 2. Okay, so I do have another sealed game. This one is Mushroom Men, Rise of the Fun Guy. Then we have a lot of good games on this one. Namco Museum DS. They make a Namco Museum for every system out there, essentially. Pac-Man, Galaga, Xevious, Dig Dug 2, Mappy, Galaxian, Pac-Man, cool stuff. This one looks interesting. I have not given it a try, but it's another newer game to the collection. Panzer Tactics DS. Some kind of strategy game, commanding armies. So that looks pretty interesting. We have Scooby-Doo Unmasked, Scribblenauts, Star Wars Force Unleashed, Style Savvy, Over 10,000 Fashions, Super Monkey Ball, Touch and Roll, Tamagotchi Connection Corner Shop, and Teenage Zombies. This looks like a pretty interesting platformer type game as well. Alright, so moving on to some games that I know are a little bit better, have received more praise. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Just got this one not too long ago. Apparently it's a really good game where you're trying to solve problems and you're in court a lot and presenting evidence. different kind of concept, but there's several of these games now. And I have another one. Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney, Investigations. Probably read that completely wrong, but anyway. So it's not actually Phoenix Wright, it's another guy. Another lawyer you're controlling here. Then we have the beautifully done Okami Den Rayman DS. Kirby Superstar Ultra Sonic Classic Collection has Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic Rush. Apparently there's 3 of these on the system. Had no idea. But apparently found that at Goodwill for $3.25. Not bad. We have Diddy Kong Racing. No, this was another Goodwill find. We have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. One of the best games on the system. Mario Kart DS. Super Mario 64 DS. This I played a lot. Have to unlock the other characters. You start with Yoshi. You have to get Mario and Luigi and Wario in there. And it has everything from the 64 version with refined graphics. This one is printed cover art, but we have new Super Mario Bros. I hate having games that DS games that don't have the case. Then we have a couple entries in the Zelda franchise. One that wasn't as well received, Zelda Phantom Hourglass. It's still pretty decent, but you're pretty much drawing on a map where you want your boat to go, and a lot of people did not like that so much. The one that was a little bit better received was The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. I just got this game not too long ago for less than $20 with my teacher discount. Very happy to finally have this one. This one, you're on a train and doing traditional Zelda stuff, so that one's a little bit better, so I've heard. And then we have another good game here, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Alright, now we're getting into my favorite genre, the RPGs. So, starting off strong, we have none other than Chrono Trigger. This apparently is the best way to play it. Not only does it play like the Super Nintendo version, but it also has the cutscenes from the PlayStation version. There's multiple different endings. Really cool. I have not played it on that one. I played it on the Super Nintendo because I wanted to play it on OG hardware. But eventually I will play that. But we have Dragon Quest IV, Chapters of the Chosen. Another one, Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, which apparently is more like a Pokemon type game. I have the second one, Dragon Quest Monster 2. There's the back. Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. So that's another take on the Dragon Quest ones. Alright, so we have the Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy 3, but this one was one of my favorites. Final Fantasy 4. I beat this one on the Game Boy Advance version, believe it or not, but I have not been able to beat it. I've not played it on the Super Nintendo for whatever reason I haven't, but I cannot beat it on the DS version. Zeromus at the end is really hard. Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings. Final Fantasy Tactics A2 Grimoire of the Rift. So that's pretty cool. Still need to play the Final Fantasy Tactics games. And sticking with the Final Fantasy theme, we have Final Fantasy The 4 Heroes of Light, which I guess was one of the last released Final Fantasy games on the system. They started going to that chibi style that went to Bravely Default on the 3DS. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Was really happy to find that one at Second and Charles. Yeah, I guess this continues the history of permadeath. Glory of Heracles. Golden Sun. Dark Dawn. Apparently that's really rated highly. Good RPG on the system. Harvest Moon DS. Simulation RPG type kind of game. Harvest Moon DS Island of Happiness. Heroes Saga Leviathan Tactics, another tactics type RPG. Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth Remix. This originally came on the PlayStation 1. Lunar Dragon Song. Apparently they took some missteps with this one, but that one's missing the manual as well. This one's really good. I played that one quite a bit because I loved Mario RPG. That is Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. timing-based RPG, just like Mario RPG games. Really good. Now this one I have not played, and this is not the original cover art, but I'm glad to have the game anyway. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Apparently this is maybe even better than Partners in Time. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Orcs and Elves. A first-person dungeon crawler. Yeah, Pokemon Black 2. So far, this is my only original DS, except for like Pokemon Ranger or whatever. I looked for them, but they're never at a good price. But this one was too good to pass up for $8.50. I think I paid like $6 or something once it's all said and done. So really happy with that. Rhapsody, a musical adventure. This came out originally on the PlayStation as well. I've seen a theme with some of these. Then this one is like a fishing game RPG, River King, Mystic Valley, made by the same people Natsume that made Harvest Moon. That is complete. Now here's a franchise I did not realize had an RPG, and that is Sonic. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. Believe it or not, this is an RPG. It's not all that, I guess it's like mediocre, but it's an RPG, and I love collecting them, so yeah, a Sonic RPG, pretty cool. And then we have Spectrobes, another one I didn't realize had an RPG franchise. Again, kind of mediocre, I guess. Spyro Shadow Legacy. Spyro has an RPG on the DS. Tao's Adventure, Curse of the Demon Seal. Valkyrie Profile, Covenant of the Plume. I haven't played it yet though, but I know it's good. And then this one I kind of got into, but I never finished it. Is The World Ends With You. People say they really either love it or hate this style of RPG. They're like frantically tapping the touchscreen while using the buttons on the side. It's pretty cool. Something I definitely will come back to. Now, getting down to the last stack, some of the ones that I would consider like a little harder to find or just really cool and really expensive. So here we go. First one up is definitely one that doesn't seem to be as easy to find. You can look this up on eBay and not find a complete copy that easily. And that is Electroplankton. And we talked about Korg, that Korg game we saw. This one is all about making music as well. So, but it's a lot of fun. This one did not get the best reviews, but it's kind of uncommon. Duke Nukem Critical Mass. Alright, now we get into some really cool shooters. Metal Slug 7. Got this one online not too long ago. This one comes with a cool music CD, like a really small music CD. Comes with a game and manual in there. Metal Slug is a very difficult game, but really fun. Another difficult but really fun game. I love this game. Contra 4. It goes back to really the classic Contra formula. Even has the original music from the original first level, the Nintendo version. Really fun. Gotten about to the fourth level and I can't get much farther. So it's difficult. Now there's two. I bought two of these, and I had made a mistake. I thought this was the original cover art for this, but it's not. Commando Steel Disaster. So I'll show you the fake one first, and then there's the real one. I misread it. He said this was printed or reproduction cover art. And he had thrown this in to make it look more complete. So it's essentially just a loose cart for that one. But I had to get it complete, so this one is the actual one. The colors are more vibrant and has the manual and everything. So, and this one plays just like Metal Slug and Contra, like a really difficult shooter. These next games are all Atlas games. So, most of them I've played, some of them I haven't. Like this one I have not. Deep Labyrinth, Atlas. Master of the Monster Lair. Now these games are awesome. We have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, which is a tactical RPG, like Final Fantasy Tactics. And pretty difficult, but really fun. And then we have sequel, Devil Summoner 2. Different characters in this one, but same tactical formula there. We have Izuna, the Unemployed Ninja. This game is really funny. It's like a roguelike dungeon crawler, so you go back into the dungeons, and the dungeons are never the same, and there's different items lying around, and boss fights at like the last level. And then we got the sequel, Izuna 2. And this one actually came, well, it's complete. And this one was like an Amazon exclusive or something like that. So here's a cool thing. It has the reverse cover art, or cover art on the inside. And then I think this one only came with Amazon purchases, this inside cover art piece to go with it. Nights in the Nightmare. This came out on PSP as well. Comes with a soundtrack CD. There's the soundtrack and the game. And as a pre-order bonus, came with this book as well, Tome of Lost Souls. So it's got some cool, here's a cool art book. Legacy of Ys, books 1 and 2. There's the game and the music CD. Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. Very dark RPG, and there's demons that they're finding on Antarctica, and they're like, what's going on? But soundtrack CD. Now this one is one of my absolute favorite games on the system. I have not beaten it. My game file got deleted for this, but it is Super Robot Tyson OG Saga, The Endless Frontier. This game is awesome. You're juggling enemies and just trying to create the longest hit combo that you can with it. This game is so fun. I love it, and it has one of my favorite characters in any RPG, Cosmos, in this. But it comes with the soundtrack CD in the game. And this was another one that I pre-ordered and never realized it would be as expensive as what it is now. The Dark Spire. Very hard dungeon delving first person RPG, and you can actually play it almost in like Commodore DOS mode almost. Like, I'm trying to get all the RPGs on the DS, or at least all the heavy hitters. And this is another one, My World, My Way by Atlas. So this one you play this little girl, this princess, who pretty much almost on a dare is like, I'm going to be an adventurer. And she's used to having her way as a princess. And anyway, she doesn't use really magic attacks per se, but she pouts. And those are her magic attacks. It's a really interesting game. And then another game that I'm really happy to own is Dokapon Journey. Love the Dokapon games on the Wii and the PS2. I have those versions as well. This one's a little slightly different, but yeah, I mean, Dokapon's just awesome RPG on a board game, and it's really addictive when you're playing with friends, especially. Maybe not as fun when you're playing by yourself, but with friends it's really fun. This one I found at Second Charge for a really good price, and yeah, it's kind of hard to find. Avalon Code. So this RPG, you use this book, and you can craft items and craft spells and stuff using a book, and the information you get when you slam the book on top of enemies and stuff. Black Sigil. This is almost like a return to old school RPGs, like the original Final Fantasies and whatnot. Apparently it's pretty difficult. Ended up getting this from Mr. Tightwhite himself. Alright, sorry for the change in camera angle. We have another heavy hitter here in the Castlevania franchise. Here we have Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. So, this is a really cool game. I just picked this one up not too long ago. Pretty expensive nowadays. You play as Shanoa here, and she has these powerful glyphs. You use magic power, and you can combine these glyphs and use your magic power. It has like a heavy attack kind of deal and lighter attack, and you kind of combine them, and there's all kinds of combinations. So really cool game if you ever find it on the cheap. Another game that's definitely going up in price. I paid a good amount for it as well, and that is Magician's Quest, Mysterious Times. So a bunch of magicians doing things that you would do. So it's like almost like Animal Crossing, but with a bunch of magicians. been more recently getting more into shmups, and this one is one of the best on the DS, and that is Little Red Riding Hood's Zombie Barbecue. All the storybook characters apparently turn into zombies, and Red is the only one, and she must save them by pretty much killing everything with rocket launchers, flamethrowers, machine guns. It's really cool. You can use the touchpad to move her and use the stylus to point where you want to shoot. So it's pretty awesome. Now this one, I'm missing the outer case now. Just hopefully I can find the outer case so I can really super complete this game, but it's essentially complete. And that is Sola Tarobo Red the Hunter. Apparently this is kind of an offshoot of Tail Concerto on the PS1, which is another pretty expensive RPG. This one's pretty expensive as well, pretty sought after, but pretty fun game, and I recently got the music CD to go with it, so that is awesome. But yeah, it comes with an outer box that I'd like to complete that with. The last game, pretty much the rarest game that I have for the DS, and I left the price sticker on because I think it's just so cool. Shepherd's Crossing 2. Just essentially like Harvest Moon, but I've heard like you can actually die in this game. Paid $17.95 for this one. This game goes for currently like 250 plus, I think, for being complete in the box. So, but anyway, guys, that is my DS collection. Obviously, I'm going for as many of the heavy hitters as I can. I have quite a few of them, and I'm going for as many RPGs as I can. This is one of my best systems just with RPGs, and really proud of the system. Love collecting the variants of the handhelds. I just think collecting for DS is just really fun in that way. And anyway, but let me know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What's your favorite DS game or 3DS game? What's your favorite version of the console? Whatever. All right, but till next time, we'll see you later.